Nigeria's basketball story in 2025 was one of remarkable contrast, a tale of triumph on one side and troubling decline on the other. On the women's front, the D Tigress delivered another outstanding year, cementing their dominance as the queens of African basketball. They won yet another AfroBasket title, their seventh overall and fifth consecutive crown, driven by consistency, quality coaching, and a cohesive squad that has grown together. But while the women rose to glory, the story was starkly different for the men's national team, the D Tigers.
Yeah, but for the D Tigers, well, they also are the qualifiers for the AfroBasket. They still have about 3 windows to go, but then the first window has not been so good, and they had to just quickly put the team in a hurry, put them together quickly, and they went for the competition. And they didn't have a good performance. They played against teams like Angola, like Tunisia. Yes, they did beat Tunisia in the group stages, but then going on to the quarterfinals, they lost out in the quarterfinals, and so they were not able to uh, progress to the next round. So we're hoping that next year they will have a better performance. But for this year, I think the female category has had the more successful 2025 than the D Tigers, and It's the same federation managing the both categories for the D Tigers and the D Tigers. But then the determination from the female side, it's just like you've seen with the Super Falcons. It's not like they're giving them anything different. It's not that they are giving them any funds that is better than what they give the D Tigers, but it's just about being consistent and ensuring that you still maintain the same set of players.
They have done very well individually. We have seen names, we have seen them change clubs, we have seen ratings, we have seen them move up from college to the NBA, we have seen them do well with the NBA, we have seen them doing well in the French leagues, the European leagues, even those close by us here around the Togo, Benin Republic as it is now. Our people are playing and doing very well. So individually they've done well. As a national side, the national teams done well. We all know the story of the ladies team. The Tigers, absolutely, they have done well. They have dominated Africa.
Analysts say the team has struggled with poor preparation, unstable leadership, inadequate funding, and the absence of a permanent coaching structure.
A federation where a member is saying we are not done well, where a member is saying the president is not good, where the president is saying the members are in trouble. So that is the basic problem we have. And it's impacting negative talks here and there. Or even things that are not negative, we look negative upon them. The things that are good that we can see and enjoy, we see negatives upon them. So this thing is not helping, we're not going that way. That is the major problem we have in basketball, and it's impacting. It's negative talks here and there, infighting. When we're able to get this, we're able to get our sponsors. Because the next thing we have is lack of sponsorship.
We're still talking about the same issues of not getting good funding, not paying the players welfare allowances, bonuses, and time. It's still the same case that affects both of them. But then the girls were probably more determined because I mean they've won it a couple of times. Talking about the AfroBasket, so they just went on to do what they knew how to do best this year. And then with the input of Rena Wakama, who currently even has a job right now in the US as an assistant to one of the biggest WNBA teams. And you can see her technical input with the team. But for the Day Tigers, it's different because they do not have a regular coach. They don't even have a coach right now. They just bring in a makeshift coach, an interim coach, talking about Abdulrahman, and it's not the best for the team. So for the D Tigers, there's a lot of consistency, and that's what has really given them the push this year, and they've been so successful this year that once you also mention them and use them as a source of reference. But for the D Tigers, it's not the same. So
Beyond the national teams, experts emphasize the need for a strong domestic league, warning that the national teams, particularly the men, will continue to suffer without a stable and competitive local league.
Well, we've always talked about developing your domestic league. I mean, if you do not develop your domestic league, it's eventually going to rub off on your national team. And for policies that can be employed, we've always talked about it. It's not perfect. You have to make sure that if you're bringing in players from outside the country, you can also blend them with your local players. So ensure that you have a running league. Because for the male category, for the G Tigers national team, they can't fall back to say we want to pick players from the domestic league. And that's because they don't even have a running domestic league that runs across a season. They're always having a abridged format. This year as well, they just quickly put something together and play the Super 8 and pick a winner. Eventually, they're able to get a winner. Lagos Legends won the league this season, and we've always had River Supers winning it. And River Supers winning the league season in, season out consecutively. It's not based on the getting support from the league or getting support from the federation or anywhere. It's just been the River State government ensuring that they get funds to get in players, getting good players, and then play the league. So we've had a lot of the other teams playing in the league suffering because they do not have funds, and then some of them don't get to play regularly. So when they bring in these foreign players from diaspora, then they have to blend with the home-based players. The difference is always very clear.
Analysts also recommend the development of modern sports infrastructure and the stabilization of leadership within the Nigeria Basketball Federation.
There are things the federation cannot do. There are things federations don't really do. It's a partnership with private sector, states, that we can get all these things. So the ones that are viable, the companies that run kiddies program, products, drinks, you can find a way of working with them to have programs, better programs. The federation at the central level has to work with their zonal coordinators, the state association chairman, and get them to also do grassroots events. You have to develop from that grassroots level. We don't just wait for the national team, national side, national federation. The development does not come with the federation at the national level. It starts with the states, with the local governments, and then the zones.
So we do not also have enough facility to look at it really because for Lagos State, yes, you can say for Lagos we have about two, three. There's one that a foundation is building differently. The Ajayi Foundation is trying to build. That's around Ogun State, Songota, which is not even Lagos, but we have most of the players going to play there from Lagos. And we have, of course, we have from the Testimbaluk Stadium, the facility in there. But we don't have enough facility across that can ensure that these players get enough, the facility to train it. So it's just about developing the players, especially from grassroots, let them have the facility to play in, and then also make sure that you have a strong domestic league because that's what other countries like the Angolas, the Tunisia, Rwanda that have a strong league, right? A strong representation on the continent in terms of success. That's what they've been doing. They have a very, very good domestic league. And the last time we went to play in Rwanda, followed that Afrobasket really well. You see the Kigali Arena, their facility is top notch. I mean, world class facility that Rwanda have got. And that's why they keep hosting the BAL. If you go to Angola as well, you see very strong facility, very top notch facility courts that they have there. But we do not have that right here. And that goes a lot to also have an impact on the players.
While Nigerian players continue to shine abroad and the women's national team remains a dominant continental force, experts maintain that the future of Nigerian basketball depends on resolving internal conflicts, rebuilding the domestic structure, and investing in long-term development to ensure sustainable success. Joy Uchejim, TV360, Lagos.